Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Mind Medicine. I've covered them a couple times here on the channel, along with some other psychedelics. Looks like I last covered them at the end of April, so almost a month ago. It's been a quick month. So last time I talked about them, couple ideas about MindMed. It looks like on the 27th, 28th of April, and as you can see, what it's done here in the last month, it's just kind of came down ever since then. So but it was uplisted here to the major exchanges. The ticker was MNMD, and I've covered that on the channel here a couple times, but ever since it's been uplisted, it's just kind of came down. So which is fine. I need to buy some more. I totally missed that opportunity. That would have been a good one. But you can see my cost basis here. I have more in a retirement, so I don't really have that much here in Robinhood. I think my other account, the cost basis is about the same, so I'm a little bit behind. So I need to catch the next dip and see what it'll do here throughout the day. I don't know what this little slight run-up was about, but came crashing down or corrected. But anyway, if you have MindMed, go ahead and list that in the comments. But I need to maybe we'll get another dip here later today. I'll be watching it. So but MindMed, this is the psychedelic. Ticker is MNMD, and it used to be over the counter MMEDF. I have 7 shares here in this account. If you don't know what this one is, it's a psychedelic. Basically, short version, it helps people with stress, anxiety, PTSD. That's why I got into them. I got into a bunch of health care stocks, and in regards to the pandemic last year, well, if you consider it's still going on, there's if you look up the statistics as of last year, depression went up, anxiety went up in regards to the pandemic. Everybody staying home alone, loneliness leads to depression. It's just a revolving door, just a snowball effect. So PTSD. So I started researching these psychedelics, and they looked really interesting. And if you can take some of these instead of over-the-counter drug, you'd be better off. So, and so average of a volume of 9 million, a $3.15 million market cap, so a tiny market cap. And here's where I bought mine back in early May. 2 shares at $2.92, so currently it's at $3.20. And let's see when else I bought some here at so the end of April. I bought it when it was I don't know why I bought it then. Shouldn't have done that, but yeah, I'm in it for the long term. So at $4.31, so didn't think I'd bought in at that price, but that was shortly after the uplisted, and thought it was going to go up. So but back to over here on MSN Money, currently showing it as a strong buy. I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, but I'd consider this one a strong buy. Watch my other videos, research the company, see what you can find out about it. It is really interesting, and again, it's a long term. I started looking at these. Word was getting out, and instead of investing into MJ, like I do also, which I've already made a couple MJ videos, today and yesterday, got into psychedelics as well. So something just too good to diversify. But you can see the days range 318 to 335, and it's kind of pushing back down towards the low. So we'll see what happens with this one. They have research going on with this one all the time, different studies. I've made videos about that as well. I try to stay up to date on this one and present the information out there, as I find it really interesting, and definitely a long-term play on this one. So can't go anywhere but up is what I think. So Analyze Mind Medicine with this review before investing. And right there it's on the NASDAQ. I didn't know if it was on the NASDAQ or what it was on, but right there you can see it's on the NASDAQ. Like I said, it used to be over the counter, and at the end of April they uplisted to the NASDAQ. So this is dated on the 24th, just yesterday, traded at 326, last check on Monday, May 24th, with a downturn move of minus 4.93%. And on its previous day's price. Looking at the stock, looking at the stock, we see a previous close of 343 and a beta 5-year monthly read 0, days price range of 326 to 355. So I suppose you could trade this one if you want. You get a 20-30 cent swing in there, but I'm just buying it and holding it for the long term. P/E ratio of 0, 52-week range. MindMed has a high of 577 and a low of 29 cents. The company's stock has gained about 610% over the past 30 days. Might even be more than that with the downturn, but I don't know what they're figuring. Well, maybe they are figuring that from the high, so I guess that makes sense. I don't have a calculator, didn't do the calculation, so just throwing that out there. But showing a 50% buy, 50% average of a buy, long-term indicators, average price in the stock in the category of 100% buy. And we'll go over some other ratings here at the end. So this is showing a strong buy, and feel free to pause and go over the rest here for yourself. We note that the average 3-month trading 6.68 million, while preceding a 10-day period stands at 9.58 million. Current shares outstanding are 326 million. And moving on here, so they announced the approval of mescaline study, and like I said, they have studies going on all the time. This is dated on the 5th of May, and here you can see the leading clinical stage psychedelic medicine company announced today the approval of the local Swiss Ethics Committee, the first clinical trial evaluating the acute effects, different doses of mescaline, and the role of serotonin receptors. So there's lots behind MindMed. If you're into studying these, I find them really interesting. So induced altered states of consciousness. The study will be conducted at the University Hospital Base, Switzerland, and is planned to start this month. So maybe that will give a boost to the stock. So again, mescaline is a classic serotonergic hallucinogen, similar to LSD, psilocybin. I've talked about that on the channel here as well, the LSD, the psilocybin, with a long, non-regulated history of spiritual use. However, modern regulated studies using validated psychometric tools and directly comparing different doses of mescaline, including placebo, are missing. So like I said, they're doing studies, it seems like constantly. One of my other videos, they were doing a study. So this goes over a professor of pharmacology and internal medicine at the university stated mescaline as an archetypical psychedelic with surprisingly little contemporary scientific information on its pharmacology and effects in humans. And feel free to pause and go over the rest. This kind of goes over a little bit more about Mind Medicine. Clinical stage psychedelic medicine biotech company that discovers, develops, and deploys psychedelic-inspired medicines and therapies to address addiction and mental illness. The company is assembling a compelling drug development pipeline of innovative treatments based on psychedelic substances including psilocybin, LSD, MDMA, DMT, mescaline, and ibogaine derivative. And moving on, time to buy beat down mind medicine. Here is the insight. I already kind of gave you a little bit of my insight. Again, don't listen to me, do your own DD. Was valued at 380 in particular sessions. Stock kicked off the price at 365 while reaching a peak price of 382. Lowest value recorded on the day is 340. Stock current value is 343. So again, leading stage psychedelic medicine company, and feel free to pause and go over that. So they had a pretty favorable run when it comes to the market performance. The 1 year price on the company stock is recorded at 577 on 4/27/21, with the lowest value of 205 in the same period recorded on 4/20/21. So quite a bit of volatility there just in that week. And then they were uplisted. Full year performance was 716.67%, so pretty outstanding year's performance, and I'm sure we'll see that again at some point when it decides to take off. Hopefully I have enough shares to satisfy myself at that time. So YOLO 230,000 into MindMed while on shrooms. I gotta love it. 25 days ago. I didn't even think about putting any comments like that. That's a good one. On CNN, people are slowly realizing the potential, so this is going to be a slow one because it's LSD, it's other psychedelics. People just don't know what they are. They hear LSD, psychedelics, and it's just immediately put the hand up. I was kind of the same way until I started researching these, and there's a lot to them. And I believe I would have to double check some of my past videos. I believe even some of it's FDA approved. Don't quote me on that 100%, but it seems like I would have to do some more research on that. But thinking back to a previous video, I think there was some talk about that. So, but not much other information in here. And I've also covered some other psychedelics here on the channel. I'll try to link those in the description as well. Stock really drives me crazy sometimes. Yeah, it's kind of like a MJ stock, so about all I can tell you is buy the dips. Set your alerts, don't watch it every day because it is up and down, and it's probably going to be that way until it really takes off. So this is sour cream and onion, folks. That's all. Keep averaging down and accumulating. So just like it says here, have some sour cream and some onion. And keep buying and averaging down. So I don't know what else to tell you, but do your own DD on it and figure it out for yourself. So 319 oversold today. Day's not over, but I really missed my prediction for today. Dumb and Dumber. I missed the OTC days. We're not going to lie. Huh. Good riddance, about 10,000. Wow, 6. Huge seller at 325, looking to unload around 600,000 shares. Wow. Barely moving lately. Yeah. So that's, if you're looking to get into this one, think you're going to hit it overnight, I wouldn't even think about pulling the trigger on this one. Don't get mad at me, because you can see the comments, you can see how it moves, but it's got great ratings here. 321, moderate buy with an upside of 415 with a 29% upside. But do your own DD on it. If you get into this one, I wouldn't put your life savings into it. As you can see what it's done here, as I showed you, just since it's been uplisted, it wasn't too great. So ever since it's been uplisted, it's just been kind of coming down. But if you look at that as a buying opportunity, more power to you. So and as you see, I'm still in the red on mine, but I'm going to find another one of these, and that would be a good price. So, but that's all that I have on MindMed, and as you can see, it looks like it's coming down here again. So there we go. But if you have this one, go ahead and leave it in the comments along with your cost basis and how many shares you have. That would be interesting to know. And smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't. I'm on my way to 1,000, and hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. Again, this is J Money, Falling Forward Financial. Happy trading, happy investing, stay green. Cheers.